Hi everyone, my name is Chef Alexis Bouillet and I am Chef Manel Bouillet, and today we will present you our Saint-Rémy warm chocolate tart. If you're ready, then let's get started. Is the ganache for the insert of our warm chocolate tart. We have here placed into our high container dark chocolate 70% and milk chocolate 45%. And on the other side we have our cream. We just pour our cream in a saucepan and we're gonna bring it to 80 degrees. So the goal over here will be to heat the cream in order to melt our chocolate over here, and then below 40 degrees Celsius we will add our Saint-Rémy. So I'm gonna scale it right now, ready to go. Our cream is now at 80 degrees. I'm going to pour the whole quantity over our chocolates. And I'm gonna wait just a few seconds until the chocolates are melted and we'll be able to blend it. So we'll start to blend the ganache first, and then below 40 degrees we're gonna add our Saint-Rémy. Our ganache is now under 40 degrees. We can add the remaining ingredient, which is the Saint-Rémy. Our ganache is now blended correctly and well emulsioned. We can see we have something pretty smooth, shining, and the Saint-Rémy is well emulsionate with the chocolate. So on the side we have prepared a piping bag ready to go, and then we'll place this ganache into the piping bag ready to go for our tarts. Then we'll pipe into the tart shell. So we are now going to step number 3, which is the Cocoa Nibs Saint-Rémy ice cream. So first of all we need to make the infusion, because this infusion will be quite long to let it infuse, around 3 hours. So first of all I'm gonna start to reheat my milk and bring to a boil. When it's done, then after we add the cocoa nibs and just cover it with a plastic film and just let it infuse it for 3 hours. Okay, so it is now boiling. We'll be able to add the cocoa nibs. After we finalize the infusion, it will be very important to scale again the original weight of milk, because the cocoa nibs will absorb part of it. So then we just cover with a cling film and just leave it at room temperature. Then we stew in 3 hours. After 3 hours infusion, it is now time to strain it and scale again with some milk to get the original weight of milk. Then on my side, I'm gonna scale the Saint-Rémy. I really like this kind of ice cream because you will get the flavor of cocoa nibs but not chocolate, so it will be much lighter, and combining with the Saint-Rémy it will be a pretty nice balance. So then we can squeeze gently to have all the infusion. Yeah, the smell is really amazing. Yeah, so that would be a nice balance between the Saint-Rémy, which is slightly woody, and the cocoa nibs flavor. Okay, so it is now time to combine everything together. So I pour my liquid back to my saucepan. Okay, so now our infusion is ready to go. So we're gonna add first the milk powder. Then over here on this side, we have the combination of sugar, glucose powder, and ice cream stabilizer. So then we'll bring everything to 85 degrees to pasteurize our mix, and then we'll cool down into a mixing bowl until it reaches 40 degrees before to add the Saint-Rémy. So now ice cream is cooked at 85 degrees. I'm gonna cool it down into a mixing bowl until it reaches 40 degrees. Then we will add the Saint-Rémy and blend it. After that, we'll be able to add the cocoa nibs, but we don't blend it with the cocoa nibs. Okay, so now we are under 40 degrees Celsius. Then we're gonna add our Saint-Rémy and start to blend together. So after blending the ice cream, we just need now to add the cocoa nibs. I already anticipate by blending a little bit the cocoa nibs to make something finer. It will be much better for the tasting part. So then we just mix together. For this one, we don't need to blend it. And then now our ice cream is ready to cool down overnight, and we'll turbinate tomorrow. Or if you prefer, just wait for 4 hours minimum to let it maturate before turbinate. Saint-Rémy warm chocolate tart, the first step will be the chocolate sugar dough. To start our sugar dough, we're going to place our flour T55 into our mixing bowl, combining with the cocoa powder. The idea for this recipe is to create like a nice sand before adding only at the end the liquid part. Over here we'll have the powdered sugar. We have previously sifted it in order to have something pretty smooth, and then sea salt, and following at the end by the almond powder. And following also by the slightly soft butter. So then we just sand all together, and then we add the liquid eggs at the end. So we can see now we have a nice sand, and it will be now time to add our eggs. Then we just mix the minimum. As soon as the dough is well combined together, we stop it. We don't want the dough to be too elastic. On the side over here, we have prepared 2 parchments. So this is gonna allow us to spread the dough between the 2 of them and then place the dough later on in the refrigerator or in the freezer. This will actually really help us to do not have the dough to stick on the table. So you know, sometimes the environment of the kitchen is quite warm. So with this technique, you will ensure the success. Our cocoa chocolate sugar dough is now ready. We can see that all of the ingredients are well combined together. It is now time to laminate between 2 parchment paper. Okay, so let's get started. We place the parchment on the top, and then we'll simply roll with the rolling pin. Over here, what we want to have is kind of like 3 millimeters dough, and that would be the perfect size for our tartlets. Okay, so let's check the thickness of it. We can see that we have a very nice thickness. So let's place it here in the freezer, and then later on we'll use it. For this process, we are going to use a ring 8 cm diameter, just to line the dough nicely inside the ring. So here I'm cutting just the side of our tart, and then I will cut like the bands, and on the right side we'll cut the bottom of it. So then we take the bands one by one, and we just apply into our rings. After applying the side of our sugar dough, it is now time to apply the disc at the bottom. And then final step, just cutting the side to get something even and regular. Our tarts are now ready to bake, so we're gonna bake them at 150 to 155 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. We are going to prepare now the chocolate sauce for the decoration of our warm chocolate tart. We're gonna place in our saucepan water, cream, and sugar. Then on the side over here, we have some cocoa powder that will dissolve with the whisk, and this cocoa powder will bring you a very rich, dark color. So we first bring to a boil water, cream, and sugar, then stop it, add the cocoa powder, and pour directly over the chocolate. Then we will just use the hand blender to get a good emulsion. Alright, so now we are ready, and we're gonna strain this chocolate mixture in order to avoid to have some cocoa powder lumps. Following these steps, we are going to blend all together to create a nice emulsion. Okay, so our sauce is now ready. Then for the service, you can also transfer it into like a small and elegant pitcher to serve it at the table. We are now ready to do our chocolate souffle mix. We're gonna start first by the egg white. We pour our egg white into our mixing bowl and we'll beat to a soft peak with our castor sugar. On the side we have some yolks, and to finish it our warm chocolate, so which is dark chocolate 70% and 45% milk chocolate. We'll add that at the end only. Our meringue is now ready, nice soft peak and slightly shining. So by having this kind of texture it will be much more convenient to add our yolks. So here we'll use the spatula to fold the yolks because we don't want to lose the volume. Okay, so now our mix is looking good. So we are gonna pour the chocolate, and the chocolate should be approximately between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius. So we have a nice and very airy mix. It is now ready to pipe it into the chocolate tart. So we just use a piping bag. We place our mix into it. Our chocolate tart shell is now baked correctly. It is now time to apply the ganache we made it just earlier. We are going to apply around 20 grams of ganache into our tart shell. The idea is to have like something slightly liquid when we are gonna bake it after with the chocolate souffle tart. After we finalize the piping process, we just lay it set into the fridge. Okay, so our souffle mix is ready, and here on the side we're gonna start to pipe a nice dome of chocolate souffle mix. Now our souffle tarts are ready. We're gonna bake them at 180 degrees Celsius for about 4 to 5 minutes. Our tart is now in the oven, so we have 4 minutes to finalize our decoration on our plate. I'm just gonna pipe few dots of chocolate sauce on the side. Then on the side over here, we have prepared already some fleur de sel and then a little bit of dark chocolate. As soon as the tart will be done baking, then I will scrape the dark chocolate over it and then sprinkle a tiny bit of fleur de sel. This will enhance the flavor of the chocolate and then bring a touch of saltiness. Then we'll place the tart in the center of the plate. On the side I'm gonna place some feuilletine just to scoop our ice cream and also decorate with just a little bit of cocoa nibs powder on the side of the plate. So our chocolate souffle tart is now baked. So I am gonna scrape some chocolate. So the chocolate we always scrape generously on the top to get like a nice coated chocolate, and also it will become melted. Also we're gonna sprinkle a little touch of fleur de sel, which gives you some nice balance between the chocolate part and also the Saint-Rémy. We'll place it now in the center of our plate, nice and warm. And on the side, we are just gonna scoop our Saint-Rémy cocoa nibs ice cream. We scoop generously our ice cream. And we are ready to go. Just a nice and warm chocolate tart, refreshing with the Saint-Rémy. It is our best combination for you. It is now time to cut for the tasting our Saint-Rémy chocolate souffle tart. I really love it because when you cut it in the middle and then you have this nice texture and very soft in the inside, for me it's just the perfect combination. You know what I really love about this kind of dessert? This is like the combination of hot and cold at the same time, and this is really interesting. This is what we want for a plate dessert, to play with the texture but also with temperature. Our texture is really light at the top and creamy at the bottom with the ganache. Yep. On the side we have the nice and refreshing cocoa nibs Saint-Rémy ice cream. It helps to have a nice balance, you know. It's not too heavy because the ice cream brings some freshness, also enhanced with the flavor of Saint-Rémy. Yep. And overall not too sweet and not too bitter as well, because we incorporate some milk chocolate a little bit. The alcohol is also bringing some freshness behind it, so it's really easy to finish it. We really hope you enjoy our souffle tart with chocolate and Saint-Rémy. You know, it's really refreshing, something that you don't expect really for dessert, but something that you will for sure love it. Also, this type of warm chocolate tart, you can easily use it for a Michelin star restaurant or just a simple brasserie.